Hello there, you find me partway through, I don't know what I was going to say there, you caught me, oh how dare you catch me. Look, you catch me, you caught me halfway through, partway through the side quest. I'm still very much trying to find like the most, best team for this. I think it's down to a personal perspective. But one thing that I did want to talk about is this, there we go, and that is the selector. What's so important about the selectors, Rich? Why is there a warning to Paragon Valiant players? Not so much for anybody else. This is the sad thing. This is very much specific to individual people of a certain progression. Because of the selection, you get to select your rewards. Does this have any kind of implication? Not really for something like that, because at the end of the day, well, for those that are Paragon, choosing 5-star relic shards is a bit of an iffy one. Of course, for Thronebreaker, you've got to choose the 5-star ones. But there's something else that's very important about this. Pray tell, Rich, what is it? And by the way, I think Falcon is actually really good for this particular fight interaction. Mainly because it shuts down a lot of the auto block. I did take a bit of a heavy attack L right at the beginning, but that was a bit of a weird occurrence, and I'll let it pass. I'd love champions to throw special attacks. Kabam, they allow champions to throw special attacks. Oh, there we go, finally. To kind of counter this particular note here, I think this is actually pretty good. Shuts down auto block and takes us down quite nicely. Yeah, I think I'm sold on this particular team that I'm working on at the moment. I haven't had any deaths just yet, so happy days. But that is not what I'm talking about in this particular segment of the video. Oh no, I did an auto block. Oh, woe is me. Oh, I'm in trouble. Also put in the comment section who you've used against this particular fight. Is an auto block counter your particular cup of tea, go-to, your cheese, whatever it is? Like for me, it's either going to be that or the very lovely Archangel. But yes, selectors. Sorry, I digress. It's always interesting to try kind of like new things as you go. Selectors. Why is it important? Well, we've got a spreadsheet to kind of accompany this. And the information... There we go. Is this the choice for Paragon? Because you do have an interesting choice. So if you've seen the spreadsheet that I've put out, which looks a little bit like this, it is part of the bigger spreadsheet that I've done, which is got tabs of how the side quest works, solo objective and solo events, which guides that we're going off of now, rewards totals. We've got options, and in particular, as I said, Paragon. Well, the main thing is you don't have an option when it comes to Thronebreaker. You don't have an option when it comes to Cavalier. You're basically just going to choose a standard. But when it comes to Paragon and Valiant, you can actually make a decision to go the normal route or the abnormal route. But what's the normal route? Well, the normal route is just picking up the 6-star shards, which you can pick up, as it's stated, over 20 selectors. You can pick up 20,000 6-star shards. You can also pick up 20 6-star signature stones. Actually, no, those are crystals. See, what you could do is look at selectors 3 and 4 and kind of change the script with it. A good example is what's on screen right now, this selector. In that, you do get the option for Thronebreaker players to pick up that there. Now, what I'm doing is, well, I don't really need 6-star shards. And if I wanted 20,000... I go and buy that from the Battlegrounds store, or I'll pick up the shards from duping champions. Like where I'm currently at in game is I don't really need 6-star champions. Most of the champions I have, 6-star features smashed out. I don't really need them for duping. And if I did dupe, I get 2 crystals and hope that I get 2 dupes to give me 500 plus. Was it 550? If my math serves me correctly, quickly 550 7-star shards. And again, like. Do I need 557-star shards? Well, no, because it's part and parcel of this particular quest. You get a good chunk already. This particular scenario still guarantees you getting a good chunk of the shards. So what you can do as a Paragon player, and really interesting, is you can go and select some of the Tier 3 Alpha fragments and Tier 6 Basic fragments. Look, it's not a huge amount, but it's an interesting grab, especially if you add it up. You may be like close to forming, and funnily enough, by doing this a few times already, I've allowed myself to form a Tier 3 Alpha. you don't know what's going to happen throughout the Banquet event. A Paragon player may be opening those GBCs and going, oh, well, I'm getting a good chunk of tier 3 alpha. Hopefully you're getting tier 4 alpha. But by opening up the this selector or choosing it, you kind of like elevate your rank up materials, and you get this choice. Like, and again, it's up to you. Like for me personally, I'm not really vibing. I'm not interested at the moment with 6-star signature stones or crystals and 6-star shards. It may be a case already that you have got yourself some of you've gone down the normal route, and apologies for this video coming out late. The issue is I don't want to thrust a load of videos, loads of thought processes and guides and ideas. This is why I create this spreadsheet on a monthly basis, so that if you see the spreadsheet first and make a decision, and then I'll try and do a video to accompany it. I just don't want to put out like 10 videos in one day, because it's just going to be, people aren't going to watch all 10 videos, let's face it. So if we can stagger them out in the first kind of like 24, 48, or even 72 hours, or even the first week, at least it gives people time to process what they're going to be doing. Also the same thing with like creating a good strong team around the side quests, which is something that I'm trying to do at the moment. I've actually got one, I think we're on the fourth, the third. I'm on the third round of 4 at the moment for this. So yeah, and that's why I'm choosing. I'm obviously choosing the tier 3, the tier 3 alpha right there. And yeah, I've only got one more round after this, and I really need to. The thing is, you only got 4 attempts to experiment with champions. So this is why I think it's taking me to my third round to kind of like get the best team, situated together. I will be doing an updated video and kind of looking at some of the champions you face off against. And funnily enough, there's 2 new ones I need to add to the enemy champions you face off against in the enemies. So yeah, that's kind of like, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a really good mood tonight, and well, today actually. I'm recording this and putting it out on Thursday. So to kind of recap, make your choices. Paragon players specifically. I did have a look. I spent a real good chunk of time looking at what was available for Thronebreaker and Cavalier. Yes, I haven't done any less than that, like Uncollected, etc. There's not. Like, you really can't afford as a Thronebreaker player to go down lower than what you've got, the ability to grab. Downside, right? Downside. It's only be up to a Thronebreaker player if you're like, well, I don't need 5-star relic shards, and I'll go with 25-star sigs. So yeah, I mean, the same thing goes for like the relic side of things. Like, as a Paragon player, like downgrading on the relics, there's nothing really, unless you're like, I don't want 10,000, I don't want 1,000 6-star relic shards. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm mistaken to grab 25-star signature stones. See, it's not really there when it comes to like making the decision down. And the same thing comes from like, making decisions about tier 3 alpha fragments and tier 6 basic fragments for those that are, like Thronebreaker going, oh, I'll just take tier 5 basic and 5-star shards. Like, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You will have to take the ISO regardless. That's a no-brainer. But it's just a case of like this. I personally, for me, and again, it's up to you how you feel about making this particular decision. But yeah, Paragon players, Valiant players, you make a decision if this is going to be an option for you. I thought it was very interesting to share with the community. There's probably someone that's already kind of noticed this, but as I said, I record a lot of these the day before and then put them out the next day, just so we don't have tons of videos the same day. In any case, that has been a video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Check out some other content located on screen. Much love. Goodbye.